Hi everyone. So today in this video we will discuss about how to create a synthetic monitoring Dynatrace. Okay. Before get started, first we have to understand what is the exact concept of synthetic monitoring. Generally, we have some portals, some websites, some applications we were running over there in our host, server, and we will try to access them manually. Or suppose if you want to access a Facebook page, you have to manually enter in the URL called facebook.com and you can access it. But unlike that, you can able to monitor the performance of the URL using Dynatrace with the help of synthetic monitors. Okay. First, understand what is the exact meaning of synthetic monitor. Here you can able to see if you are able to access the website in your office or home from your hosting side. It doesn't means your URL or website is accessible to everyone. So Dynatrace synthetic monitoring makes it easy for you to monitor the availability performance of your application. Okay, from the end user's perspective, how it working and how the performance is going on. Okay, so the availability and performance of your internal resources are equally important. Okay, so Dynatrace offers two types of monitorings. So one is HTTP monitoring, one is synthetic browser click path monitoring. Okay, so this is my Dynatrace UI, and go to synthetic classic. If you are familiar with new UI, you can go with synthetic advanced mode. Okay, just open it. Yeah. So here is the session where we are going to configure synthetic monitor. Okay. So I have already one synthetic monitor. Let's open it. So here I have already configured one synthetic monitor for the URL on www.feedpedia.com. So my aim is how this URL is performing from the end user's perspective. Is there any performance degradation or is there any challenges were facing by the app teams or any of the partner side there, how they are try to access this URL. So is this URL is working fine? Every time I will go to Google or Edge something and I have to enter that www.weedpedia.com. So it is a lot of manual work, and every time we can't go and search by ourselves manually, and it we have to automate this using a Dynatrace. So this activity can be performed by the Dynatrace. Okay, so Dynatrace offers two types of synthetic monitoring. One is HTTP monitoring, another one is the browser click path monitoring. So how the Dynatrace check that particular URL is working fine or not? So here I have configured the HTTP monitor. Okay, let me show you the category of this monitor. So in this video, here you can able to see the type of synthetic monitor HTTP. Okay, this HTTP will capture the HTTP response code, API response code of the particular URL. Okay, so if you are if you want to try to access this URL, if it gives HTTP, API response code 200, it defines that you are able to access that URL. That URL is working as fine. Okay. So here it would capture the HTTP response code, I mean API response code to monitor performance of that URL. And then, yeah. So while you are configuring, you can adjust the API response code. I mean, if you want to monitor, I mean, if this monitor has to be successful, only the HTTP, I mean, the API response code is 200. That means users are able to access. Okay. Other than the other than 200 response code, if any of the response code, okay, if 400, for suppose, if you take an example called 400 response code, I mean, 400 response code is nothing but users can't able to access it. Okay, so sometimes 404, it is like unauthorized or anything access got restricted. Okay, these categories will comes under 400 and 404. Okay, so if you want to check only the response code from your side without helping of Dynatrace, I mean without the help of Dynatrace, you want to know what API response code of that URL. Okay, it's just very simple. Okay, here I have configured this monitor with this URL. Okay, just copy this and open command prompt and enter curl -i, just that URL. Okay, so curl is the command where we can able to check whether this URL is working fine or not. Okay, so based on this curl, it will get the URL. I mean, what is the state of that URL? Here we are using -i. Okay, so curl space -i, it will give the API response code of that URL. Okay, just hit enter. Here you can able to see we are getting the HTTP API response code 200 and the status is okay. That means this URL is able to access by the end user. Okay. Same thing, Dynatrace will capture the API response code of that particular URL using synthetic monitors. Okay. Okay. Just go to it. And now I will show you how to create synthetic monitors. Okay. This is the synthetic monitor session. Go to create a synthetic monitor. Here you can able to see what types of synthetic monitor do we want to create. It will ask. Okay. If you want to capture only the monitors APIs and health check endpoints, you are better to go for HTTP monitor. Okay. If you want to see or how the user journey is happening from login to logout. I mean, not exactly login to logout. From starting point of that activity to ending point of that activity, you can able to see all the activity. For suppose if you configure facebook.com URL in this browser click path, okay, from starting from by entering that URL in the URL, by logging with your ID and username and password from into it in the UI, you are able to access the images, profiles, settings. All these activities can be captured with the help of browser click path monitoring. Okay, it will capture. You can either monitor a URL or record a sequence of clicks and user input that should be replayed during monitoring. Okay, so let's first we have to create this HTTP monitor. Okay. So I will take one URL. So this is my website. Okay. I have, let's copy this URL and just name of that URL, Visual Wikipedia, HTTP request. Okay. Here we are going for the HTTP request. Okay. It will fetch the API response code. Just paste that URL and a name Visual Wikipedia. So from this HTTP monitor, we have to mention the method, HTTP method. We have to get the response code, right? Okay, by default, it would be the get. Okay, keep it as it is and add HTTP request. So here you're able to see synthetic monitor of type HTTP request URL, and it will check this URL and get the response code. Here we can able to see the response code status, response status code verification. Okay. So here we have to adjust these conditions. Under what conditions you want to monitor. If you want to monitor only 400 response code, okay, just pass if sorry, fail if status code is equal to 400. Okay, greater than or equal to. Okay. So then it will fail if this URL will generate. I mean, if the response API response code of that URL is given is 400, this monitor will be failed. Okay, if this monitor is failed, it will generate one problem in Dynatrace. Okay, based on that problem, we can dig deep into what is the root cause analysis and what activities we have to do. Right, that we have to check. Okay, just go for it. And here I want to capture. Okay, if the HTTP response code is 200, okay, the monitor is working fine. Uh, this is my condition. Okay, here you can able to see fail if status code is greater than or equal to 400. Okay, okay, 200 is below, less than 400. Okay, if other than 401, 404, if any of the response code will generate, will throw an immediate problem. Okay, just adjust accordingly. And if you have any SSL, means can accept any SSL certificate option, that's up to you. Then if you want to adopt the request timeout, for suppose how much time that this monitor should wait to check that URL is completely fine or not. Okay, by default, Dynatrace will check that URL in a 10 seconds interval. Okay, after 10 seconds, if it is can't able to access, it will throw an immediate error called local outage or a global outage. Okay, for now, I am just disabling this option and click on next. Here we have to define the frequency and locations. Okay. Okay. Frequency means how much, monitor my website every 5 minutes. If you choose every 5 minutes, for every 5 minutes, this synthetic HTTP synthetic monitor will check your URL for every 5 minutes. Okay. No, I don't want to monitor this for every 5 minutes. I want to monitor it for every 10 minutes. It's up to you. It is as per your requirement. Okay. Just here you're able to see locations. So using these locations, Dynatrace will run this monitor from these locations. Okay. I want to run this monitor from uh, Mumbai and Chicago and then Sydney. Okay. So Dynatrace will run this monitor and check that URL from these locations. One is Mumbai, another one is Chicago, another one is Sydney. Here you can able to see these locations. I mean, these location nodes provided by the public cloud platforms like AWS, Azure, Alibaba, Google Cloud, and here you can able to see the uh, IP addresses. Okay, these IP addresses will run these monitors. Okay, so I'm running Mumbai Azure Public Cloud Asia region and Chicago Azure Public United States and Sydney AWS Public Australia. Okay, just click on next. Here it will give summary. Okay, what is the name of the the total, the entire configuration of that monitor. Okay, how it will be. Okay, we have given this monitor name called Visual Wikipedia, and frequency is I want to check it for every 10 minutes from three locations. Okay, HTTP request. How many HTTP requests I have been added? I have been added only one request. That is fail if HTTP status code is greater than or equal to 400. Other than below 400 means my my assumption is that URL is fine. Okay, just estimated synthetic request per month. Okay, just create one monitor. It will take some time to create this monitor. Okay, so just adjust the time frame. If you want to run this particular monitor manually from your side, you can go with on-demand execution. Okay, yeah. So I want to trigger this monitor run. Okay, from all the locations at once and just hit trigger now. Okay, so from my side, okay, this URL is working fine and I am able to access. Okay, let's check from in our local mission. Okay, hit enter. If this URL is working fine and it is accessible to the end user, it should give 200 response code. Okay, that's it. HTTP. Here you can able to see I have been used curl. Okay, it is giving HTTP API response code 200. Okay, so Dynatrace should check this response code and make this monitor is running as expected. Okay, other than this 200 like 400, 404, as per our condition, what we have given in this monitor, the monitor should be failed. Okay, let's check. Here, if this monitor, if the particular URL is working as expected and you are accessible to it, the result would be success. Okay. If it gives any of the other than 200 like 400, 404, as per my condition, it is not a good response code and this monitor should be failed. Okay. Here our URL is working fine, which you can able to see, right? Is working fine and I am able to access. That's why this monitor has been executed successfully. Now hit on the monitor, you can able to see the availability. Okay, availability of the particular monitor. You can check with respective time frame as well. Last 6 hours and last 30 days. Okay, if you want to analyze all the executions, you can go for it. Okay, if if any of the issues open and this monitor has been failed, you will see here problems. Okay, uh, in this in this section, you can able to see the problem number and what is the reason. Is it regarding global outage or SSL? You can able to see. Okay, so this is how we can able to set up the Dynatrace synthetic monitor of type HTTP. HTTP monitor. Now I am going to create browser click path monitoring. Okay, so we have already discussed in browser click path monitoring, we can able to uh, capture the user entire journey. Okay, entire user journey we can able to capture. Now I am going to create synthetic monitoring of type browser clickpath monitor, where I can able to capture and record a sequence of clicks, okay, and entire user journey. I am taking same URL, copy, type the URL, okay, visual click path, okay, path Wikipedia. If you want to add the tags, you can able to add. So if you are adding these tags manually, okay, on the monitored entity, those tags are called manually applied tags. Okay. If you want to add, you can add. It's up to you. And device profile, I'm choosing desktop. Okay. And then I have to record what is the user journey I want to monitor. Okay. Use recorder without incognito mode. Just record a click path. It will open like this. Okay. So I'm able to access this URL. Okay. My requirement is under this article, you can able to see here in the down. I want to check about us. After about us page, I want to check the contact us page. Okay. After contact us page, I want to check privacy policy. After that, I want to back home. So this activity I want to perform using Dynatrace browser ClickPath synthetic monitor. Okay. If your activity is done, just hit cancel and go to Dynatrace. You can able to see all the events, ClickPath events has been recorded. Okay, every time Dynatrace will go to this URL and I click on that particular about us page. After that, it will click on contact us page. After that, it will click on a privacy policy. And finally, it will click home and back to home. Okay. It next, I want to run this monitor for every 30 minutes. Okay. From these locations. Okay. Now I will check from same locations only. Chicago, where is Chicago? Sydney. Okay. Here, this is the total entire configuration of that particular browser ClickPath monitor. Okay. What is the URL and what is the monitor name and the type of monitor we have chosen. browser click path monitor. And after that, we are running this browser click path in a desktop from various locations called Mumbai, Chicago, and Sydney. Okay. How many synthetic events? I mean, synthetic events means how many clicks. I mean, it would be very easy. So, how many clicks we have performed to perform that activity, and finally, estimated synthetic actions per month. Okay, just to create a browser monitor. So, it will take some time to set up in the monitor. So, this is how you can able to create the synthetic monitor of type browser clippath monitor. Okay, if you compared both means both HTTP and browser, you can see the difference. Okay, yeah, it is HTTP synthetic monitor where you can able we cannot able to see the user click paths. We can able to see the response code. Okay, what's the response code and how this monitors is working or not, that we can able to only capture. Okay, in browser click path, after this setup has been done, you can able to see the user journey. um I logged into that URL, and after that I click on about us page. After that I click on a contact us. After that I click on a privacy policy, and at the end of the activity I hit on home page. Okay, so all these activity will be you can able to see. So this monitor will perform what are the activities which I have recorded. For every 30 minutes, it will going to be performed. Okay. So this is the difference between a synthetic HTTP monitor and a synthetic browser path monitoring. And if you see any of the problems, you can go through of it and check what is the expected image, what is the actual image. Okay, all this we can able to check in this browser click path monitoring. Okay, so then you can ask me, so which type of synthetic monitor I have to choose. Okay, so if you don't want to monitor the click paths, I mean like user journey, I mean okay, you can I mean, if you want to see the entire click paths and user journey, you would better to go for browser click path better. Okay, because it will show you how the activity is gone, how and which step this activity got interrupted. You can able to see with browser click path monitor. And if you want to check only the, I mean, API response code, I mean, I don't want to go for any of the click paths or any of the user journey. You better go for the uh, HTTP synthetic monitor. Okay, so in these synthetic monitors, Dynatrace bot will run these monitors. Okay, so make sure of it. In synthetic monitor, Dynatrace bot will run this monitor from these locations. Okay, so that's it for today, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you. And friends, before wrap up this video, okay, we have to check how this browser clipboard monitor is working. So I already uh, told you, right? So it will capture entire user journey. Okay. First, I will opt into this URL. After that, I hit about us page. Okay. All these activities is captured. After that, I hit contact us page. After that, I hit home page. Okay, all this activity will capture in a browser click path monitoring. Whether if you go for HTTP, it doesn't show the entire user journey. I mean, entire click path. It will, it will, tell you this URL is working fine and this response code and there is no problems at all. Okay. So this is the difference between a browser click path monitor and a HTTP monitor. Now, if you want to check this, this Dynatrace synthetic monitor is fine or not. I mean, you have some doubts and you have to test this synthetic monitor. Okay, it would be very easy. Just okay, just I will bring down this URL and in further it won't accessible to the end user. Okay, I am just hit on or revert to draft. Once you hit on revert to draft, the post has been unpublished. Okay. If you share this URL to any of the person, they will get this 404 response code. Okay. You're not able to see this URL before. I mean, before we make this post as draft, we are able to access this URL. Okay. You are we are able to access this article. After I hit, I mean, like I hit the revert to draft. Okay, this URL is not at all accessible. Okay, so as per our, I mean, understanding, this monitor should be failed. Okay, but this here you can able to see the monitor is showing last 30 minutes. I mean, last 1 hour. Okay, it is showing 100% availability, and here I'm making this post as draft, and it is not at all acceptable. I mean, accessible. Then why this monitor is showing is 100% availability? Because this test has been performed 30 minutes before. Okay, for you can able to see in the frequency tab. Okay, for every 30 minutes only it will check. Okay, we just now bring back that URL as draft. Okay, after 30 minutes, and again, this monitor will run and check the performance of the URL and whether it is accessible or not. Okay, if you want to check right now, okay, I want to check right. Okay, I don't want to wait for next 30 minutes. Okay, then go to on demand, then hit trigger now. So on demand execution is nothing but manual execution. Whenever you want to hit, you can go and hit and check. At that time only, the monitor will be okay. Here you can able to see the monitor is failing because we make this post as draft and it is not at all accessible to the end user. So this is how you can able to check manually. Okay, here you can able to see what is the failed reason. Okay, the URL you are able to see is not found. Total duration and at which step this monitor is failing. At step one only it is failing because this monitor is not able to accessible right now. Okay. Now I will bring back this URL to normal state. Just publish. Okay. Now I want to check. Refresh it. Refresh. Yes. Now you can able to access this URL and it is working fine. Okay. Now it will wait for another 30 minutes and it will perform checks. Okay. So this monitor has been failed, right? Been able to see problem. Okay. This monitor has been failed. Yeah. So affected. I mean, his location is affected and his URL is encrypted. And what is the error details not found? And all this, impacted entity, all this focus you can able to see. Okay. Now I just now bring back this URL to normal state. Okay. Now I will hit on-demand execution now. And as per our understanding, this problem should be auto-resolved. Auto-closed. Here, the state of the problem is open. Okay. In the monitor only, you can able to see the state of the problem is open. Now, I want to check whether this Dynatrace is closing this problem after it got after the issue got resolved. Okay, I want to check. Again, I have to go to on-demand execution and hit trigger now. We are expecting the result should be success. Let's see what will happen. It will take some time. Yeah. So here you can able to see the result is success. Now, as per our understanding, the problem what we are seeing right now, this should be closed. Okay. Just hit refresh. Now you can able to see the problem got auto resolved. Okay. If you want to close this problem manually, okay, you can close it. Okay, by keeping your comments and you can hit close. Okay, it will be closed. So this is how Dynatrace will check that your performance and it will generate problem if any of the issues happen. And once that issue got auto resolved, and that issue got resolved, the relative problem will be auto resolved. Okay. So this is the process. So here in this video, we have discussed about how to create synthetic motor and what is the exact meaning of synthetic motor and how many types of the synthetic motor and how we can able to create the HTTP synthetic monitor and how can we create a browser click path monitor and all, and how after that how we can test that Dynatrace synthetic monitor is working fine or not. Okay, all these activities we have done in this video. Okay, or in next video we will discuss about how we can integrate Jira with Dynatrace. Okay, we all know that Jira is a platform where we can able to address all the open issues in our project, like ServiceNow. In ServiceNow, you can able to see right incidents, request items, change request. Okay, so Jira is one of the tool where it is like a ticketing tool and all, and it has more features. Okay, and in our next video, we will discuss about how to integrate Jira with Dynatrace and how to track all the open issues and all.